Any other folks that want to introduce themselves, first-time attendees here at our NOAA meeting?
Sure, I can introduce myself real quick. I'm Ramsey Bobbitt-Armada. I use he, his pronouns, and I'm from M&EA, the teachers union here in Nashville. I'm a relatively new staff organizer. It's great to be here.
We are glad you're here. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, I will move on. I think next we have approval of the board minutes that were sent out ahead of time. If you registered for the meeting, you should have received the minutes from our last meeting. And at this time, I'll accept a motion if folks have read those and want to approve them.
So moved.
I had a quick question, and that is, I think the minutes said that we cleared $40,000 on the fundraiser. I think it was $60,000.
There you go. In our financial report, we can have our
I'll be
treasurer.
glad to make that change.
That's one of those nice changes that you enjoy making.
Yes.
Okay, so I think Ron Hetty made a motion with the change. Is that motion seconded?
Second, Paulette Coleman.
Thank you, Dr. Coleman. All in favor? Give me a thumbs up, wave your hands, say aye.
Aye.
Awesome. All the above. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So next up, Bill Howell, give our financial report.
Thank you. This meeting is a little earlier in the month than usual. The bank statement just arrived today, so no opportunity to prepare an official statement of activity, but our roughly spent $20,000 more than we received in the last month, but our balance on hand is still in the neighborhood of $300,000. So we're about where we expected to be. And yes, the net income from the banquet was very, very close to $60,000. So
What was the gross bill, please?
It was roughly $100,000 gross income and $40,000 expenses.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Well, Bill, this is Roger Satterstrom. I just wanted to say what a great thing you've done with your desk back there.
Noted.
Do we approve the financial report, or we just have it as a matter of record?
Just accept it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I wanted to make sure I was doing that correctly. Thank you, Bill. So we will turn the time over to our very, very competent co-chairs of our campaign coordinating committee, Regina Davis and Ron Hetty. They're going to talk to us about the purpose of the public meeting.
Good evening, everybody. This is not so much a deep dive as it is sort of a call to action, I think. But everybody I know has on their minds that the annual public meeting is at Jefferson Street Missionary Baptist Church this coming Sunday, October 9th. It said 2023, but it's not. It's really 2022. And what we want to do this evening is, first of all, review once again, why do we have these public meetings? And it is to express NOAA's belief that systemic racism exists in every aspect of our society, perpetuating injustices socially, economically, and politically, and publicly declare our intent to help expose and dismantle racism and any issues NOAA chooses to address, especially the focus areas determined by our task forces. We also hold these meetings publicly, call to unite in the struggle to build the beloved community so that Nashville is a city that is anti-racist and just and equitable for all people. And we want to see at that meeting NOAA members. We want to see elected and appointed city and county officials. And we want to see as much of Nashville as we can encourage to join with us on this public day. One last reason why we have these annual public meetings is to seek commitments from the people in power to preserve and protect the opportunity for all Nashville residents to live a fulfilling life, and to publicly encourage all of our associates to join our efforts to combat systemic injustices through community engagement, training, and direct public action. We have been in this business of building the community, the beloved community, for quite some time. As a matter of fact, starting in 2015, NOAA's public efforts in candidate forums, council meetings, and sessions with mayors have resulted in over $100 million going to the Barnes Fund and $40 million for other affordable housing work. In 2015, NOAA's platform included the need for a separate office to deal with the complicated issue and pledged to keep the issue in the forefront, no matter who the mayor might be. And NOAA's consistent efforts culminated in the creation of this office in 2021 and in 2022, full funding with the staff of 8 people. Finally, after previous mayors' promises to deal with Nashville's affordable housing crisis in 2020, Mayor Cooper committed to setting up a task force that included NOAA representatives. They have weekly meetings for the past 5 months. There are 9 major recommendations reflecting many NOAA priorities that have been generated, and several of those recommendations are consistent with NOAA's pressure, and they have now been implemented. In terms of continuing to build that beloved community, in 2017, NOAA won a $3.5 million for mental health diversion from jail. Funding non-law enforcement response to mental health crises was allocated in 2022. And in 2021, we're now working for real community engagement in shaping that program. Finally, in education, the NOAA has been involved in trying to disrupt the school to prison pipeline for quite some time. NOAA recognized this before there was even an education task force, and it started with criminal justice that focused on racial disparities in suspensions and expulsion and pushed for restorative practice and implicit bias training. In 2018, the newly created Education Task Force started advocating for social emotional learning and restorative practices as a way to reduce and eliminate the racial disparities in discipline. In 2021, advocacy centers with trained facilitators were in place in all metro elementary schools. And in 2022, the reset centers for restorative practices have been introduced into middle and high schools, and you'll hear more about this program when we get to later on in our evening. Public officials have passed NOAA annual public meetings, have included everybody who's been a mayor since NOAA had annual public meetings. So we had Mayor Megan Berry, we had Mayor David Briley, and last year we had Mayor John Cooper on Zoom. We've had state mental health officials. We have had MNPS administration and board members, and we have had state legislators, among others. And hang around to find out who you're going to meet and hear from in our public meeting this year. Building the community, the beloved community, in support of the issues and commitments raised at these annual public meetings, we have had, in addition to the meetings themselves, ongoing task force and subcommittee efforts, press conferences, demonstrations, candidate forums, collaboration and support with and for other community groups. And all of that work has led to the creation of a community oversight board, contentious as it sometimes is, body cameras for the police, also contentious, public education funding, and a community benefit agreement for the soccer stadium development, along with the millions of dollars to the Barnes Fund for affordable housing. We are still in the business of building the beloved community. And so we are asking everyone here tonight to commit to attend this meeting, invite fellow members, friends, neighbors, interested potential members in person if possible. If you are willing and able to say the message, we're so glad to see your face again, because it's been a while since we have had an in-person meeting. Please attend virtually if you are unable to be there, if you're fearful of COVID, or if you're away from the city, but you'll still be sending an important message. I'm not there, but I'm here for you. And finally, this meeting is important. We are going to elicit public commitments again from those in power. We're going to be raising our voices together for the voiceless. We're going to show our commitment to justice, fairness, and equity for everybody in Nashville. And it will be an opportunity for us to join hands in building the city that we want Nashville to be. So come with us on Sunday and show our power. Thank you.
It's great.
It's exciting to see all that we've done in the past. Thank you for putting that together, Ron and Regina. That's a good reminder. We've had a lot of good work, y'all. And it's been a lot of work. And we have more to do. Okay, next up, we are going to hear, well, just a reminder, I'll put in 3 to 4:30 Jefferson Street Baptist Church. Just a reminder if you wanted to be reminded of that. Oh, I just lost Mike. I think next up, though, we put it in here. Oh, sorry, no, that's Dr. Coleman. Is going to be Reverend Wiggins and Reverend McIntyre. Is that correct? Yes, talking about the Public Meeting Planning Committee.
Hello.
Getting details and commitments. I'm looking at this, Mike. What do you want to do next?
Wiggins is up. I think Reverend Wiggins, you are a mute. You might be looking for
Brian, it's still hard to hear you.
Okay, yeah. So Reverend Wiggins is up, and Reverend Wiggins, I think there you go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. How's everyone?
great. Thank you.
Good, good. For those who don't know me, I'm Perry Wiggins. I'm the pastor of Alameda Christian Church, Disciples of Christ in North Nashville. And I'm here. Reverend McIntyre was unable to be here. She had another meeting. So I would just we're asked to just make an appeal to the organization as we encourage you to make appeals to those in your community. We all have our reasons for wanting to build a beloved community, but none of us can do this alone, which is why NOAA calls itself a power organization. I want to say that a beloved community cannot be a community that only does charitable work. Though charity is good, I preach it all the time, charity is good, but charity is not enough for a community to be a beloved community. To truly be a beloved community, we need to be committed not only to charity, but more so to justice. I preach at Alameda family all the time that if we want real justice to roll down like waters, then we must join in with an organization like NOAA to have real power. Because the prophet Amos didn't say let charity roll down like waters, mighty waters. He said let justice roll down like mighty waters. And as you know, NOAA organizes ordinary people like you and me. We bring public officials like the mayor and the public school administrators, the school board, and other public officials together to hear our concerns and to respond to them. So we know we all work together. The NOAA Public Meeting Committee has been meeting since late August to prepare for building the beloved community. For this year's public meeting on Sunday, October the 9th at 3 p.m. Now we just have 6 more days until the big day. Just 6 days for us to turn out 500 people to Jefferson Street Missionary Baptist Church to demonstrate to Mayor Cooper and the Metro Nashville Public School our concerns and our commitment to build the beloved community together. I pastor a small, multiracial, but predominantly African-American congregation in North Nashville. In the community in which we reside, many believe that their voices are not, or cannot, or will not be heard. That is why, I stress to Alameda that if we are going to respond to the needs of those in our community, those who have been overlooked and underserved, those who are sick and tired of being sick and tired, that we need to work closely with a justice organization like NOAA. The broken, those who feel like they do not have a voice, and the least of these, our sisters and brothers in many of our communities, expect us to be a light. The faith communities, organizations, social activist organizations to be a light. Alameda sees itself as a justice church. It sees itself as a light on a hill for our God. We see our church as being called and ordained to be a city on a hill. We have been called to be a light for justice. Hide our light under a bushel? No way. Well, we have been called to be that light and that voice crying out in the wilderness for peace and for justice. I often tell Alameda that to be that bright light on a hill, for Alameda to be that bright and just enduring light on a hill, light that is for justice. We cannot stand alone in this work. We must join in with justice organizations like NOAA to be the brightest and most effective light that we can be. So I appeal to all of our organizations, all of our congregations, our communities of faith to understand that when it concerns issues of justice, we cannot mount up with wings like eagles. When it concerns issues of justice, we cannot run and not be weary. When it concerns issues of justice, we cannot walk and not faint if we do this work on our own. We will grow weary and we will not be that strong. So I appeal to all of us to encourage our respective organizations, encourage and invite your family, your friends, your homeboys, your sister girls, the stranger by the gate. Invite everybody to join NOAA this Sunday, October the 9th at Jefferson Street Missionary Baptist Church from 3 to 4:30. And don't just try to get 5,000, but shoot for 1,000. Because we know that those in power will stand up straighter. Those in power will listen more intently. And those in power will pay closer attention when they find themselves not looking into the eyes of a few, but into the faces of several hundred. And we love saying in our community and other communities, don't just meet us there, but beat us there this Sunday. And we will talk turnout in just a minute, but for now we need to talk about roll call. This is a key part of the public meeting, that we'll have a key part of this public meeting when each member organization is accounted for. My co-moderator, Reverend Ingrid McIntyre, and I, we will read through all the NOAA member organizations and ask each organization to choose one of their members to stand and let us know you and your people are present, which means that we need to know that you are in the house. So when that person stands up and gives your name and how many you have, we want all of you in that organization who are present, want you to stand up and shout and cheer. Wave your hands in the air. Wave them like you just don't care. Show some excitement to this community. So with that in mind, as we go through turnout in just a minute, please let us know who from your organization will be the one to stand up and represent your organization at the public meeting. And again, on this Sunday at Jefferson Street Missionary Baptist Church, let us show our power. Thank you.
Woo. Thank you. I want to go to that meeting. Don't y'all want to go? It's fantastic. Thank you, Reverend Wiggins.
Just a suggestion too, if people can plan to get there at 2:45, just to make sure we can get in and parking, because when does NOAA start meetings?
On time.
On time. So let's try to be there at 2:45. Marley.
I was just going to say, Ashley and Mike, so we want to do commitments next. Do you want folks to put in the chat the name of their person that's going to be standing and saying who they are? How do you all want to keep track of that?
I've got an Excel spreadsheet that I think when we go down, we want to get new commitments from people if they can, in terms of numbers. And then I can also put the name of the person that will be their representative to jump up and say, we've got 500 people here.
Great. I will turn it over to you and Ashley then. Thank you.
All right.
All right. So we're going to start off with Alameda Christian Center. Do we have a representative here?
I believe we just had a great sermon.
Oh, sorry, Christian Church.
Right, that's okay. That's okay. We're planning on having 10. Hope to have even more.
10. We can put you down for 15, right?
All right.
Yeah, I like that number. And who do we have for your designated person for roll call?
Right now, that'd be my wife, Elder Lily Wiggins, or Lily Wiggins.
Alrighty. Thank you, Reverend Williams.
Welcome.
Okay, so next up we have Anawim Community of Catholics. Do we have anyone present?
That's Irene's group.
Okay, we'll cover her later
Irene
on.
Boyd. Irene
to the next
Boyd.
mic.
She may be having microphone trouble.
Okay, no, I forgot to unmute. Am I heard now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I won't be seeing people until we have a meeting tomorrow evening, and I've been negligent about being on top of these things. I'm going to say that we're going to work on 5 to 10 people. It's a small community, and I'll try to pull people from other groups that I know. So that's all I can say at this point.
That's
And
wonderful. I've been to their meetings, by the way, and one of the meetings I was at, they had 35 people. So she's pledging 30% of her group.
well, we don't have any, we've lost several of our people since that time, Mike.
I was using this to make a point here. I was going to say, so what's Christ Church Cathedral going to do if we
Could I
have?
ask a question for just a minute? Could I ask a question related to this?
Yes.
The people are going to come, in different cars and different spaces. How am I going to know how many actually came?
We're going to have registration.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, Ashley, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you could, Irene, when you speak to the members of your congregation, just get them to commit to you that they'll be in attendance, and we'll just do it on the honor system. So if you get 10 to commit to coming, are you going to be the designated person for roll call?
I suspect I am. I suspect so.
So I want you to stand up loud and proud and say, we brought 10 people to the meeting.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay, so next we have Beach Creek Baptist Church.
They may not be here right now. I'm not sure.
So let's move on to Belmont United Methodist Church.
Yep, the number's still 25, and I will be the shouter.
Okay, Jay. 25.
Yep.
That sounds great. Okay, so next we have Clark Memorial United Methodist Church. Do we have anyone here from there?
I'll have to call them back and remind them they pledged 15 last time.
Okay, we'll do that. All right, up next we have Christ Church Cathedral.
Yes, indeedy. We have a new NOAA member in the person of the priest wife, Darlene Kimbrough, and she's going to be our spokesperson. You will do the shout out of the roll call. Darlene Kimbrough.
So Jane, I know you guys can do 50. If you pledged 40.
No, honey. 40 is a max. I'm pushing it to get 40. Don't count on more than 40, but we'll get to 40 there. That's as good as I can get. Sorry.
You got the 40. Okay, so what about community relations, Community of Jewish Federation?
I don't think they're here.
Okay, we can move on. Next, we have Congregation Micah.
Yeah, we will stay with 12. We're trying for more, but we'll stay with 12. And unless I hear any objections, I'm happy to be the spokesperson. So if anyone from Congregation Micah would rather someone else do it, please let me know.
Okay, Arlene, I think we can do a little bit better. Let's bump that up to 15.
So do we count neighbors who don't go to our congregations?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm counting on the other people I'm going to find that aren't necessarily Anawim members.
Okay, then you can put 15.
Woohoo!
don't need your members of the congregation. It's anyone who you bring along with you. Brian, did you put the link to the flyer in the chat?
I just did. Y'all,
Okay.
please use this flyer. Please tell people to scan that QR code and to sign up, register.
Right.
Here we go. Okay, so next we have Eastwood Christian Church. Do we have anyone here from there?
You skipped Downtown Presbyterian.
I apologize. Thank you for catching that. So Downtown Presbyterian Church, is anyone here from there?
I don't believe so.
Okay, we'll reach out to them by phone. So next up is Eastwood Christian Church. Do we
Where's
have?
Brian? Where's Brian? He's from there.
That's that's Martha Carroll, and she may be having to do something else tonight.
Martha's probably the better spokesperson.
You all know that there's the Stand Up Nashville thing coming up tomorrow, so a lot of people are getting ready for that too.
Right.
So Brian, can we do better than 12?
I know Eastwood could do better than 12. I will say there's some great people
20.
in Eastwood. Let's do 20. Put us down for 20. I'll get the word out. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Thank you for the nudge.
Thank you. All right, so up next we have Edge Hill United Methodist Church. Do we have a representative here from there?
Yes, Bill Howell, and I will be the spokesperson at the event, and we'll stick with 15.
Bill, 15. You
Yeah.
bumped it up. Come on, Bill, you're our numbers man. You know better than that.
It's because I'm a numbers man.
He knows better.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Now, Mike, you're gonna have to help me with this name, okay?
Episcopal Diocese Beloved Community Commission.
If there's not someone speaking for the beloved community in the Episcopal Diocese, I will go ahead and speak for them because St. Anselm's is one of those congregations. So is Holy Trinity. I think I can conjure up that 10 that somebody offered. I know they can come up with 10. I will take responsibility for making sure there's 10 people there.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you, Jane. Okay, so up next we have 15th Avenue Baptist Church. Is
Yeah,
there
they-
anyone?
They're
Yes,
between pastors.
Gladys. It's this is Gladys.
Oh, hi, Gladys.
I'm here. Hello, everyone. I would put 5 only because I have not had a chance to talk to the minister. We're in the process of getting a new pastor, so let's do 5. If we get more, we'll just bring them along.
Yes, and if you do, please update us and let us know so we can change your commitment.
Okay, sure will. Thanks.
Thank you, Gladys. Okay, so next is First U. Mike, you help me out with that one.
All right, this one's not hard. First Unitarian Universalist, affectionately known as First UU.
Okay, First UU. Do we have anyone in attendance?
Yeah, that's my church, and we've pledged 30, and I'll be the spokesperson. Carlene Dowell.
All right, up next is Friends of Friend Ministries.
That's Reverend Thompson's group. I don't see anybody else here from that.
Right now we have Glencliff United Methodist Church.
That's Ingrid McIntyre's. I'm sure Ingrid will be there. She'll bring some other people. Why don't we at least put down 5 people for Ingrid's congregation?
All right, and we'll tell them that Jane volunteered that. So
Yeah. They're neighbors of mine. I can put them on Facebook and hold them account.
all right, Jane. Let's keep going.
So next we have Glendale Baptist Church.
Don't sign for 10, and it'll be me. there speaking.
All right.
Is this Mark?
Yes.
Mark.
There we go. All right.
Okay, so next is Greater Nashville Unitarian Universalists.
Very good. Yes. We have 5 confirmed and I'll be the spokesperson. My last name is Kolowick. 1 L.
I don't know that by now. Okay.
All right, Howard Congregational Church.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's here. They have not been able to participate for a little while.
Okay, we'll get the update on Jefferson Street Missionary Baptist, Jefferson Street tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so up next we have Cairo's Ebenezer AME Church. Do we have anyone from there?
I don't think so. If we don't have someone from a church, we can just go on to the next one.
Okay, so this one is Laborers International Union of North America. Do we have anyone in attendance from there?
I know that you'll have 2 there from Liuna.
Okay.
And Ethan Link will be their spokesperson.
Thank you, Marlene.
Perfect. All right, so up next, Lee Chapel AME Church.
10 people. We're also soliciting people from my Links chapter, so I don't know what the number will be like. And I will be the spokesperson unless somebody else wants to do it.
So Paulette, can we make that 15?
I'm not sure. I haven't spoken with the people yet. And so let's keep it at 10.
Okay. All right, so up next we have Metropolitan Interdenominational Church.
We'll keep that at 15, and I'll be the spokesperson.
Okay, thank you. All right, so up next we have MNEA.
Yeah, so we'll try to get as many as we can out, but it's a difficult time. Teachers disperse for the fall break, and so is staff. But we'll do our best to get some folks out.
Okay, can we put you down for the contact for your group?
Actually, I think our Vice President Paula Pendergrass will be there, and I'll actually be out of town for a wedding. I'll send her name in the chat.
Okay, we got her down. All right.
I don't believe anybody's here from Muslim American Cultural Association. Speak now if I'm wrong. And I know that Reverend Thompson had pledged on behalf of Naaman's Retreat Ministries 3. Nashville District AME, Nashville Food Project, Napier Luby Bar Association. All right, now we're coming to the big one, New Covenant Christian Church. Where are you?
So I received a message for New Covenant. They had to run, they're pledging 10.
All right.
And Ronnie McGregory will be their representative.
All right. New Living Word Community of Faith, Open Table Nashville, Opportunity Nashville, Payne Chapel AME, SEIU Local 205.
Whoop, whoop. We're going to have 25 there.
Woohoo!
And our union leader will be Derica with a D. I can put her name in the chat, but Derica Lowe, DERICA LOWE. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. So next we have Second Presbyterian Church.
Yeah, we're hoping for 10. We have 4 confirmed. 3 are saying they're thinking about it, and we'll keep working. And Ann Carr will be our spokesperson.
Great.
Lovely. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so next we have Southeast Center for Cooperative Development.
I don't believe they're here.
Spruce Street Baptist Church, St. Anne's Episcopal Church, St. Augustine's Episcopal Chapel, St. John AME Church.
I'm sticking with the 3. Yeah, I'll be it.
Hey, Ashley, on St. Anne's Episcopal Church, Ed Miller from Christ Cathedral now goes there. So I'll call Ed and make sure that he gets a couple people.
Okay, thank you, Jane.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have St. Vincent's Catholic Church, the Temple.
I'm here. I'm here from the temple. I don't know if you could see me.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hi. We have 10. We're gonna try for more, but we have a holiday that night, so some people may need to zoom in.
Sure. I'm sorry, who is that pledging
Let's
there?
let's put Erwin Bennick down.
Okay. Since
I
it's
saw
not
Sally
here,
on here. I saw Sally, but I
That
think
was
she got
Renee,
off.
right? Speaking.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right.
So next up, the Village Church.
The Village Church right now, I think I might have 3. So let's put us down for 3. I don't have a spokesperson yet because I don't know if I'll be able to attend, but I'll let you guys know tomorrow. We have our business meeting.
Wonderful.
Sounds like a plan. Right, so Trinity Community Commons.
And I don't think they're here.
West End Synagogue.
Kitty Calhoun here. I stick with 12, but I may not be the spokesperson. We haven't decided on that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, up next, West End United Methodist Church.
We're going to stick with the 15, and I may be the spokesman, but we also may have somebody else. I'm not sure.
Okay, just let us know if that changes, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so next, Word of Life Christian Center International.
Yeah, I don't think they're here. Now, I did not make a list of everyone here, so if I skipped you, your organization, please holler at us now. I got plenty of room on the Excel spreadsheet.
Mike, this is Kent Foreman. Brentwood United Methodist Church, we are unaffiliated, but we are going to commit to 5.
Great.
And I guess I'll be the spokesperson.
Good, thanks, Kent.
Yeah, thank you, Kent.
All right, anybody else? Don't miss this wonderful opportunity.
So this is for anybody that's participating and that's on with us tonight that's not affiliated.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That we're asking to speak up if you'll come.
Yes. Okay, we're up to 367 people. That's a good thing.
Mike, this is Grace Brady. I'm sorry to be late, but I had a church meeting. And I don't know if you have us.
Yes, I have you counted as 15, and it's okay if you want to tell me 30.
Well, I don't think so. I'm really working hard to get, I'm 15.
And Grace, we're looking for somebody to be able to stand up and holler, basically, hey, we're at Clark Memorial and we've got 15.
Well, okay, I'll stand up and holler however many we got. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I keep begging. I'm still begging. Okay.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Did we miss anybody at all? We're at 367. That's not quite the 500 that we need, but we've got an extra weekend, a Saturday and Sunday to work on this. So Brian just put the flyer in the chat, right?
Yes.
Did everybody see it?
And Mike, we just have a Saturday. We don't have a Saturday and a Sunday. We've got one Saturday, y'all.
Okay, well, I was counting Sunday morning when
Okay,
we're
Sunday
gonna.
morning, that's true.
Sunday morning from the pulpit.
That's right, the last big push.
And also, I would just say everyone should hype this up on their social media this should be all over Nashville. And the more we link to it and say we like it and share it with friends, the more our friends will see it, and it will just become higher up in their feed. So for those of you on Facebook or Instagram or whatever your thing is, if you're young and you're on Be Real. Okay, so Rutherford Overton, you're going to talk to us about the IVE challenge.
And I am going to take Rutherford's role tonight, and I welcome Arlene Tuckman to join me. But we really want to talk about, what's happening. This is a public meeting, we've heard, right? This is an action. The public meeting in and of itself is a chance in which we bring the mayor in front of us. We bring our administration from Metro Nashville Public Schools in front of us. It is an action, but it is also an opportunity for more action, right? We want to squeeze as much action as we can out of this assembly of wonderful people. Okay, and why do we do that now? Why am I talking about this now? It's because November 8th are the midterms, Tennessee's general election, right? What happens when we don't have, when we don't exercise our democratic rights, y'all, right? We know what happens historically, right? And we know that in this state, when we do not vote, what happens, right? Some of you may be saying, well, we know what happens in Metro Nashville when we vote too, right, in this state. And that may be true. But my point is that we need to exercise that fundamental right. And if we don't do it, then we don't have as much of an opportunity next time we don't have a leg to stand on as much. So this is our opportunity. It's gubernatorial election, it's US congressional, it's state congressional, and there are 4 ballot initiatives. The IVE team is working on a write-up to describe the ballot initiatives. Mara Lee is also spearheading, she's doing some outreach to candidates. So we hope to have some material to share with you on candidate responses. We really want to push NOAA commitment to vote. We also really want to push ourselves to reach out to other people, just as we did just a minute ago, right? We talked about committing to get 10, 20, 40 come to the public meeting. We're going to ask you at the public meeting to reach out to people in your networks to vote, commit to vote. 20% of Nashvillians voted in the primaries in August. And that means 20% of people voted in those new districts. If just 20% of Nashville people vote in the new US congressional districts, then it's going to be more than likely, if there's higher turnout in the rest of those districts, that Nashville values are not going to be represented in the United States Congress. So it's imperative that we really focus on this. I'm going to drop a Google form into the chat. This Google form, and this is a bit of a trial run, but we'd love for you to be our guinea pigs tonight. I would love to ask you guys just to take a couple minutes to look at this form. And I'd love you to take this form, to take this survey. It's just a little bit of a survey asking you to pledge to vote, asking you to talk to some friends and neighbors, asking you if you will help organize your congregation or your organization to also take this pledge. And finally, the 5th leg of the stool is to help us do some get out the vote efforts. NOAA is partnering. I think this may be the first time ever we have reached out and partnered with a really strong voter engagement organization, Turk, in Nashville. It's really good that we're establishing some new partnerships at this time. And so we're going to be canvassing on October 25th, and we'd love to have awesome NOAA turnout for that. So I would ask that folks take a minute or two to, let's say 2 minutes if we have time, for folks to take that to go through that Google form and to fill it out. And if at the end of this 2 minutes, anybody has any suggestions or any questions, even right now, if you have any questions, feel free to give voice to those questions or put it in the chat. We want to make sure that this is a good strategy for us. We think it is, and it might just need to be honed just a little bit. But that's really that's the goal here, right? Is let's use the power that we've created to create more power for our democracy. And I see Irene raising your hand. Irene?
Is this for that form? Do you want us to be filling it out or just looking at it and critiquing it?
I would love for you to actually fill it out right now. It's sort of a pilot. But after you fill it out, let's say, does anybody need to see it? I can put it back in. All right, and I do see that we are over a little bit on our agenda, so I don't want to take too much more time.
Brian, just FYI, when you open that form, it asks you to click on another link in another form.
Let me see. You might be talking about, as you look down in the questions, please take the voter pledge.
Yep.
Yes, that is true, and that was intentional, but please do tell me if that's confusing or if we need to streamline that or something, Kay.
Well, it's just gonna take us more time.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what to do.
Tell you what, there's going to be an IVE breakout here, and our IVE, anybody who wants to be part of that breakout, I think we might use a little of the time during our meeting to talk a little bit about this, but I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
It may be taking people away and they may not know how to get back to it or something like that. And Renee, you asked what time are the phone banking and canvassing. We are going to have that information available to you at the public meeting. We don't have that nailed down quite yet. The canvassing will be in the evening. I think that's 5 to 8. The phone banking, text banking, we need to nail that time down.
Thank you, Brian. I'm going to go ahead and cut off IVE because yes, we are got to try to stick on time to this. We want to give time for task forces or IVE if y'all want to talk more about we're in a really important voting season right now. So if you want to go there and get that information, we will have breakout sessions, but we want to report back at 7:33, correct, Mike? So that really gives us, let's go, can we go 7:35? So it gives us 15
Let's go 7:35. That ought to work.
7:35, we'll come back together. Gives us 15 minutes. We'd like the task force leaders to be sure to go over the questions that we'll be asking the elected officials on Sunday so that everyone's ready and prepared for that.
Mara Lee, we also need volunteers for the night. Bring that up in the.
Thank you. Yep. And we were going to do that at the end, but yes, if those of you that are thinking about volunteering for registration, we're going to need 15 volunteers for that to put your name in the chat. So we'll go to breakouts now. Mike, do you have those open for us?
Yeah, the breakouts are open now. You should be able to pick your own room that you want to go to. Affordable housing, criminal justice, economic equity, education, or IVE, integrated voter engagement. And if you have trouble, I can put you in the room, but see if you can find it right now.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Anybody having difficulties?
Yeah, where do we look?
Yeah.
All right, I think if you look down at the bottom right of your Zoom screen, there's like 3 dots.
Oh, right.
And I think if you click on that, I think then there's a breakout room option.
Yeah, that's
and I
it.
think you should be able to choose which one of these you want to go to. And if you have trouble, that's okay. I can put you in one. Everybody else okay? Kevin, did you need some assistance?
Yeah, I don't see it.
That's all right. That's all right. Let's see if I can. I think you want to go to criminal justice. Is that right?
Yeah.
All righty. Kitty,
I'm having problems. Yeah, Mike, I need
that's okay. Just tell me, Kitty, you want to go to education. Is that right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you should. I just sent you there.
This is Carolyn Tucker Trammell. I'm having problems.
All right. Which one did you want to go to, Carolyn?
Justice.
criminal justice, okay. All right. And Gloria Sanders Rose, where did you want to go? Or Alice Anderson?
Mike, this is Regina.
Yes.
You sent my computer, but you didn't send my phone, so I
Right.
can't talk.
All right, let me see if I can send your phone to the right place. Okay, Alice Anderson, where did you want to go? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Criminal justice.
All righty.
Thank you.
All right, and Gloria Sanders Rose, I think you're the only one that is, oh, Ray Sells, how did you? Well, let's see if I can do that again. There's Gloria. You can hear, but okay, well, I can't. Could you put in the chat where you wanted to go? Affordable housing, criminal justice, education, economic equity? Okay, Gloria, I don't know. Let's see. There you go. You're affordable housing. Very good. Excellent choice. That's my favorite too. I'll send you there as soon as I can. Okay, you should see something pop up that says you've been invited to go to a breakout room.
Well, E and J could have kept on talking if we're here. Ray Sells will let you be a part of our Economic Equity and Jobs Task Force. And it's probably Ray and Phyllis. We'll let both of them in. Welcome back. Everybody comes in quickly. I know that we want to do some breakouts and report backs from our breakouts. And also, as Reverend Brown Safor mentioned, we really need 15 volunteers that can volunteer to work registration. So we'd like you to be there at least by 2:30 at Jefferson Street Missionary Baptist Church. So if you can put your name in the chat box, we'll have staff watching that so we can get a list of those that want to volunteer to work registration. So please, please, please help us do that. We would like a brief report back. We'll start alphabetical order, affordable housing.
Okay, I think you're muted.
How'd that happen? I don't know how that happened. We reviewed our questions and pointed out obvious challenges with getting our mayor to really answer our questions. But overall, I think people are okay with them. That's it.
Okay. Say that again. What was that last statement you made, Kay?
I think she's coughing, but I think she said that overall the folks in affordable housing were okay with the questions that we came up to ask the mayor about.
All right, thank you.
Great. Criminal justice.
Well, we had a lively discussion, and some of our members, some of our criminal justice task force members aren't so sure that Mayor Cooper will be positive in changing the direction that the fire department and the health department are currently operating and kicking NOAA out of the process of coming up with a first responder program. Others of our task force said, yes, we need to put Mayor Cooper on the spot for this. We need elected officials to be accountable. His department started this process, and he needs to be held accountable for getting it finished in the right way. And in the right way means getting community involvement, which is what the health department and the fire department have not yet done. So that's why we're going to confront Mayor Cooper on this.
I would love if you phrase your question the way you just summarized the whole program. Seriously, Mayor
Okay,
Cooper.
I can make it shorter, sure.
No, Mayor Cooper, you started this program. You supported it. Now we have been thrown out.
Okay. The brevity is good. I like that. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Jane. Criminal justice, who comes to education?
So Brian gave the background for the questions that the Education Task Force is going to ask, one to the mayor and one to Ashford Hughes. Gave a little explanation of why those questions are important, how they came about, and what we are hoping to accomplish by asking those. That took a good bit of our time to round out that time. Lynn Hoyt gave us some important information about the work that the state funding subcommittee has been engaged in. And I just want to assure everyone that even though that won't be a part of the annual meeting, it is still important work that NOAA is engaged in. And so we're glad that she was able to share that with us tonight.
Thank you, Lynn Hoyt and Ron Hetty. So economic equity, we talked about our questions. We're excited to try to get the mayor to be brief and honest. So that was a fun conversation. We also talked about a big vote that's coming up tomorrow night. Jane referenced Stand Up Nashville is doing a vote. It's an exact example of why Nashville is being gentrified. They're kicking out a bunch of affordable housing people and making it easier for rich folks to move into our city. So that vote's going to be tomorrow night. I'm trying to figure out how to drop a link in the chat. I might have to call Lynn Hoyt and have her help me with this, but there'll be a link in the chat for those that are interested in sending an email. The vote is tomorrow night about a rezoning bill. We'd love to have you guys click on the link and vote, ask your council members to vote no. And Mike, Noah has sent this out earlier from Economic Equity also. So we have a lot of good fights that are already happening. And then IVE, do you guys want to do a report back, Brian?
Sure. We spent most of the time talking about our voter challenge, looking at the form that we asked you all to fill out. Did it need to be changed? Could we use it in our congregations? Do we want links to the Proud Voter Connection? And we also have people volunteered to work at the public meeting to help anybody who's having trouble with that form, or to even do it on paper. So that's been our big push, just to make that kind of happen. So we'll be ready for the public meeting.
Awesome. I think we did all that fairly quickly and concisely. Did everyone report back? I think yes. Okay. Mike, I will turn it over to you.
All right. Well, everybody knows what happens at the end of all NOAA meetings, right? We evaluate, because if it was worth doing, it's worth evaluating. And the 4 parts to our evaluation. First one is your feeling word. And I'd like for you to just put your feeling word in the chat. How are you feeling as this meeting is ending? How are you feeling? Put a feeling word in that chat. Could be I'm feeling good. It could be I'm feeling sleepy. It could be, or it could be like Bill Howell. He's feeling powerful. Bill, do you want to say something real brief about that? That's a wonderful word.
Just that we are prepared and ready to confront our elected officials with our demands.
Good, thank you. All right, and Kent Foreman is feeling actionable. I like that one. What's actionable, Kent?
Well, we committed to public meeting attendance, and in our breakouts, we also committed to a lot of actions that we're going to take at the public meeting. So those are all good things, and that's what we're about.
Great, great. And Reverend Wiggins is fired up. Well, Reverend Wiggins, you got me fired up after your part of the meeting. What are you fired up about?
Well, I know it's 2 words, but I'm just fired up
That's
about
okay.
all the energy, all the energy around the table, and I'm just ready to go. I want this to be a great meeting on Sunday. All right.
And let's see, Robin Kimbrough Hayes is happy just seeing everybody after a long time. I always feel that way too when I've been, if folks have been away. I'm glad when we have a chance to be back. Gloria Sanders Rose, you're feeling productive. You feel like the meeting was productive? Hello, Gloria. You may be on mute.
You responded in the chat. She said yes.
Oh, sorry.
An exclamation point.
With an exclamation point. That's good. All right, Alice is nervous. Now, Alice, why are you nervous? Just real quick.
Muted, Alice.
I'm going to be driving long distance to Jefferson Street Baptist Church. I'm just nervous about getting there and being there on time and seeing all the people. So I'm nervous about getting something done.
All right, good. Thank you. And Ramsey, let's do you. You're moved. What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, that's just being my first NOAA membership meeting and being part of this meeting tonight and seeing this community in action and how we've all come together. I think that's what's moved me, and yeah, so I'm feeling good.
All right, thank you. Well, the second part of our evaluation is always performance. How did we do? You know, we had an agenda here that our executive committee had set, and Marley, you ran the meeting. How did you think you did, and how did you think the meeting went?
I have a lot of empathy for Reverend Thompson because I have to actually pay attention. Usually I'm just listening and chatting and watching Like, oh, I gotta pay attention. So I did well. There you go.
All right. Okay. All right. Now see, Reverend Wiggins said the meeting flowed well. Laura Dennison said Marley did great. Woohoo. Carlene Dowell said very efficient. Susie said it was great. Margaret said stayed on focus and accomplished what we needed to do. Anybody else want to chime in?
Expeditiously.
Expeditiously, my goodness.
That's a big word.
It is supercalifragilistic or something like that. And Arlene Tuckman said, great job, kept moving us along. Everyone played nicely, says Ron Hetty.
Yeah.
All right, if there were one thing you were going to, if there were one part that was a highlight for you, what was the highlight, everybody? Was there a highlight in this meeting?
Reverend Wiggins.
Anybody else? Yeah, everybody agree Reverend Wiggins was a highlight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
It was.
Very powerful.
Any other highlights? Stacy says, love seeing past successes from the public meetings. Thank you, Ron and Regina. Okay. Reverend Wiggins, you got a bunch of votes there. If you decided to run for office, you let us know.
Yeah, we got you. We'll knock on the doors.
It won't happen, but thank you.
Okay, no, thank you. Seriously, that was a really great piece to the meeting.
Wow.
Is there any one thing that you would make different next time? Any one thing you'd make different? We'd meet in person and have cake, right?
Yeah, I like that idea.
That's a good.
All right, the third part of our evaluation is just tension. We want to acknowledge any tension that's in the meeting because we actually want some tension to make us do more, do something different. Where was tension in our meeting?
Not enough volunteers.
Okay, there's a little tension around number of volunteers. We got quality in terms of the volunteers. We need some additional quantity. All right.
But I think there's tension, I think with our goal for 500 and at least the number that we're at right now. And I keep trying to think of, well, who can I get there? But it's, so I think, I want to see us meet the goal.
Did someone on the phone say something, Mike?
I don't think so.
No, I just have it open. This is Regina.
Okay, and Carlene's saying part of the tension is we need more people to attend the public meeting. And by the way, one thing is, this is going to be an exciting meeting. It's the first time we've met in person in a long time. And having the mayor to be able to be confronted with some of these questions. If you've been watching the news, the East Bank and the stadium are all anybody's talking about. And we're trying to talk about that in a different way than other people are. We're trying to talk about it. So what really helps working people? What helps affordable housing about the East Bank? And I think that's going to be a really exciting chunk. All of our questions are really good. And then the fourth part of our evaluation is a political learning. Like, what did we learn about the way we work in the city from this meeting? And the main thing I was thinking about is we've got some exciting issues. Some of the questions that we came up with, some of the things that we want to get from the mayor, as well as from other people with the school board. All of those are really exciting, but it isn't the exciting issue by itself that wins. It's the exciting issue plus all of these people that we're going to turn out for it that shows that we've got the power to make a difference. And I know you all have heard us say it before, but if you look up power in the dictionary, it's the ability to act. And that's what we want for us, and not just for us, but for everybody. We all want to have the ability to act on these issues that we care about.
That's right.
So that would be my political learning and the end of the evaluation. Marley, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Many of you saw, but in the chat, Lynn Hoyt was able to help my technical deficiencies, and she put the link for that email that you guys can email council members with quickly tonight. So thank you. We need a closing prayer, and I see our good sister Robin Kimbrough Hayes. Would you be able to come off unmute and leave us with a closing word? Robin Kimbrough Hayes. I see you on my screen. Maybe. And maybe not. Okay, Reverend Jane Boren, would you also, oh. Robin, can you hear me?
Yes.
You are. Hi, I'm happy to see you. Would you leave us with a closing prayer?
Absolutely, I would be honored.
Thank you.
Lord, we just pause this to say thank you for this evening of gathering, this evening of change, this evening of courage, this evening of hope. We ask, oh God, that the work that we do tonight will give you the glory and that it will bring difference and positivity to our communities. Pray for each and every one of us, our health and strength to do justice, to do good. Amen.
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 Thank you, Robin.
Have a great evening. See you guys on Sunday.
If we need a ride, who do we contact if we need a ride to the meeting? If we need a ride?
Well, it depends on where you live.
What if we, those who want to ride or can give a ride, can you hang on for a minute? Because that.
Yes.
That's a great idea, Brian.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kent is still on.
Thank you, Jane.
Kent might have just left. No, there you are, Kent. All right, I'll be quiet.
Thank you, Alice.